This comment is in regards to the Google Business competition tool I made. And they're asking, I'm not quite following as to why you should narrow your search within a small radius to find contractors with minimal reviews. How does this actually benefit me? He said, are you implying that once you find a small radius to focus targeting, targeting ads. So this isn't about ads. So let me open up the tool and explain this. So this is my city right here. And let's choose a bigger area. Let's go to like Minneapolis. So I'll go here and I'll type in the location, find a spot. So let's say Minneapolis is a big place. To cover the whole metro area, I would need like a 30-mile radius. And the whole point of this tool is measuring your Google business profile, which is on Google Maps. Google Maps is a proximity search engine. So if one of your customers searches for you and they are right down the street from your location, chances are you're going to be right at the top of the list. But if they're on the other side of Minneapolis, 30 miles away, there is 0% chance you're going to show up at the top of the list because there's probably 300 contractors between them and you that Google could show. So why would Google show someone so far away? If that's how Google Maps worked, I would be searching here in Idaho and I'd be seeing contractors in New York City. That wouldn't be very helpful, right? So Google Maps is proximity. The closer that someone is to you, the more likely you are to show up. So if I go back to this tool, the reason I choose a small radius is because if the bubble in the center of this radius is my location, then people searching in this tiny area are really likely to see me either on top of the list or is somewhere in the top 3. And the point of this tool is you want to narrow a radius down to an area where you are really likely to be one of those top 3. And then what this tool does is it pulls up all the other contractors in that radius and it shows you how many reviews they have. And so if I was like the top 3 contractors that show up in this 6-mile radius are Craftmasters, Briggs & Nins, and Sletton Interior Solutions. 138 reviews, 38 reviews, and 31. So if my company is Briggs & Nins, for anyone searching in this radius, my biggest hurdle is this top guy right here, Craftmasters, with 138 reviews. If I show up next to any of these other contractors, I'm going to win on reviews. So that's the point of this tool, is figuring out who you're up against in your little area and who you're most likely to be showing up next to on Google Maps, so you can figure out how many reviews you need to beat everybody else. And so as Briggs & Nins in this example, they're doing really good. There's just one other company that's beating them, and they're beating them by quite a ways. So it's going to take this company probably at least a few years to catch up review-wise if they get reviews from everybody. But it's a heck of a lot better than being this guy with 9 reviews. Like, that guy is going to be getting beat by half of the companies that show up next to him in this radius. So this has nothing to do with ads. This is Google Maps. So on this Google search page, I do plumber near me. I've got the local service ads up here, and then I've got Google Maps right below. This is what I'm talking about. These companies are not paying Google to be here. Google is showing them to me because they're close to me, and Google's decided they're the best search results to show. A company that is 30 miles away is never going to show up for me because that wouldn't make sense. So you use this tool to figure out who you're competing against on Google Maps organically, meaning you're not paying for ads, and to see how many reviews you need. When you are already doing that, that's when I recommend trying out local service ads, because when you agree to pay Google, you can choose choose a big service area, and then you can cover a much wider radius. You can show your ads to people all over, but on Google Maps, you're only ever going to show up close to home if you're in a competitive area like this. So if you're out in a rural area, out here, outside of town, you can choose a much larger radius in this tool because there's just not as much competition. Somebody searching 20 miles away might still only have 3 options, and they're 40 miles from their house. So that's how this tool works, and that's how you should use it. If you're going through this and you want to get a little bit of professional help, go to my website. You can schedule a 15-minute call with me to pick my brain. I'll spend 15 minutes with you answering every question you have and doing my best to help you get a jump start on this. So chuckthecontractor.com, use the calendar, schedule a 15-minute call with me, and I'll talk to you soon.